Hi, I'm Pejman, and today we're going to talk about the importing a CSV file into your MySQL server on your local computer. Today I'm going to use DBeaver Enterprise version, and the only reason that I'm using this version is that later in this series we're going to use one of the features, which is the query builder. And if you don't want to use that feature, you're free to use the free edition of DBeaver, which is a community edition. So, considering this, let's jump into our coding environment. So, here, just a little thing before starting this, and it's that I'm using Mac, and if you're using the Windows, it doesn't matter. Everything is the same. The only thing is that the only difference is the window feature, like buttons or something like that. So you don't need to be worried if I'm using a Mac. So here's my local host, which is the MySQL server services. We have some default things here. I don't care about them. I just wanted to go to the database like that, and I'm going to expand it to see what's inside like this. It's usual, like other things. Other platforms, and now I'm going to create another database, and the reason is that we have a sys database. It's for the internal procedures, or I don't know, services of the MySQL serve. I prefer not to touch it, so I'm going to create a new database for myself to do everything there, right? So I'm right clicking on database, and then I'm going to click the first version, which is the create new database, like this. And I'm going to call that MHI. I'm going to leave the other options for this session because, remember, here we're going to talk about the basic and simple things. So I'm not going to touch and change any other options. Okay, I'm clicking on OK. And now I have my second database, MHI. And here I'm going to expand it and continue what we're going to do, which is adding another table here. And I'm going to just check it. There's no table here, of course, because I just created this database. I'm clicking on table, and I'm going to import my CSV file into it. And the first action usually is right-clicking on everything, and then search for the bottom, or I don't know, command or everything that is related to our project or question. So here I'm seeing an import data. I'm clicking on it, and then it gives me the option for selecting whatever I want. So here we have a CSV, we have XLSX, which is a Microsoft Excel file, and then XML. So the file that I've downloaded from data.ontario.ca website is in CSV format. So I'm going to click on CSV, and then of course I'm going to click on next. And from this point forward until that I have this proceed button as an activated button, is that I'm going to change some options for this process. Okay, and I'm going to tell you I'm going to use the basic thing, so you don't need to be worried about it. Okay, So I'm going to cancel. I'm going to next, click on next, and it brings me my browse file options, which is different in Windows, of course. So this is the file that I have downloaded before. I'm going to click on open and bring it to my data transfer window. Okay, I told you I'm not going to change anything. I'm just going to use the basic options. So clicking on next, and then in this section, it gives me the ability to change the fields or rename them or ignore some of them. But as told before, I'm not going to touch or change any of them, right? So I'm clicking on next, and then another step. Next, it gives me a summary of the things that MySQL Server is going to do for me in the import process. So we don't have any next button here, and I'm going to click on proceed, right? Done. And it gives and shows me some basic things, a preview of the file that I have imported. Sims everything okay is okay, and it gives me some other tabs here like properties or the data itself and ER diagram. And I think this tab is not available in all versions of DBeaver. And here I can see my new table, which is COVID testing. And if it's not disappearing automatically, you can simply click on table, right click on table, and then refresh. Okay. And like everything else, I can click on this button to see what's inside. And maybe I'm going to click on this columns thing, and I'm going to see the table, the columns of this table. And I'm going to expand the section to see what's inside. And I can see all the fields available in my original data set, which was a CSV file. So I'm going back to this one and also this. And so COVID testing, it's a big name. So I'm going to click on it and change it to say COVID, right? So I told you right clicking is usually the first thing that you're going to do in visual platforms. And here I'm clicking on it to find the rename button here. And so I'm clicking on it and I'm going to rename it just to COVID, right? Okay, done. I have changed my table's name. Good. So I'm going to resize this section to its original position, and then I don't need this one. I'm going to click on it. Okay. And done. Oh, by the way, I don't care about this one. Take it easy. Yes. Persist. Okay. Done. Cool. So this is the end of this video. We're going to talk about the rest in other videos. Have fun and happy coding.